Okay, Moses spoke of 3 prophets to follow. John the Baptist we have to count as 1. Jesus Christ we have to count as 2. And that leaves a 3rd. And then you find Jesus Christ speaking of a final prophet. And a lot of people are going to say, where did he do that? Where did Jesus Christ speak of the final prophet? Read my book and you'll know. But the point is, this is why Christianity is a messianic religion. For 2,000 years, people have been looking for the completion of the prediction. And that was the question in my mind. Moses spoke of 3, we have 2. Jesus spoke of the last one also. Mm-hmm. Who is that last one? When I studied the life of Muhammad, peace be upon him, and when I learned about Islam, that fit the niche for me. That made sense. And that, to me, explained the continuity of the chain of revelation up to its completion.
Tell us, Dr. Brown, we went from atheism to trying to make Christianity fit to Islam. They want to know what happened. How did you stumble across Islam and accept all the tenets and the teachings, and now you're a Muslim?
Well, basically I had all of these unresolved questions in my mind. I believed in God as one God. I never believed in the Trinity. I believed in Jesus Christ as a man, mm-hmm. and as the man, the second to last, the one who predicted the final prophet. And I didn't believe in him as God or Son of God. I believed in the chain of prophethood. I believed in the mercy of our Creator, and I believed that our Creator would not leave mankind without guidance and without definitive guidance, guidance that once a person saw it is easy to understand and easy to make part of your life. I gave up on Christianity. Mm-hmm. I studied and studied and studied to the point where I felt hopeless, basically. I felt I could not find any Christian sect that represented my beliefs. And a lot of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of you out there are in the exact same position. You have studied, you have looked, you have certain beliefs, you know what I'm talking about. You have not been able to find a church that in its completeness embodies those beliefs. And I'm just telling you that when I studied Islam, when I learned about Islam, read the Holy Quran, I read a book by Martin Lings called Muhammad, his life based on the earliest teachings. And those books just clarified everything for me. That's when I became Muslim.
So, Dr. Brown, now you're a Muslim. Tell us, many people, they assume that, a Muslim is someone with well, you do have a beard, but a turban.
I didn't always.
Someone from living in Arabia. Well, you do live in Arabia. But tell us some of these stereotypes, some of these misconceptions people have. I'm sure you've dealt with them, but when we look at you, you're a doctor. You look like a very well-dressed, intelligent human being. Who wants what everyone else wants. Tell us, some of the misconceptions that people have and how this is far from the truth. Can you share some of these things that you've come across? And
I think the easiest way I can put it is the observation of one of my Muslim friends. When they came to the West and saw how we were living in America and how we were living in England, they just said everything's upside down. And I can't put it better. Everything I feel is exactly upside down to my understanding. Mm-hmm. In the West, Islam is portrayed with a media bias that is no mystery to anybody who has studied it. I was raised to believe that Muslims were a bunch of towel-headed terrorists riding camels out in the desert, yeah, planning on how next they're going to destroy Western civilization. And it was only learning about Islam as its true teachings are, and coming to know Muslims and living amongst them, that I just found out, as I said, everything's just upside down. Look, you find good and bad people everywhere. You can't avoid that. You find good and bad people everywhere. And it's from the bad people, it's from picking up on the example of the bad people that the media can spin things any way it wants to. But the fact of the matter is, the vast majority of people in all walks of life are basically good people. They basically want the same things. They want to go to bed at night knowing that they have a peaceful night ahead of them with, in the security of their homes, that they're not going to be attacked in any particular way. They want to wake up to a morning of hope and promise where they can go out and earn a decent livelihood for their family. They want to kiss their kids and send them off to school, knowing that they're not going to face any kind of persecution or problems, either going or coming. They want to have a normal life. That is the vast majority of all humanity. You get a few bad people, the media grabs a hold of that and spins it the way they want to. And what I found was just that. I just found that everything I had ever heard was media spin, just trying to make Islam look bad. And the real truth was that I just found that Muslims were my family. The vast majority of them, I felt, have softer hearts, better manners, just more kindness and more of that humanity that I was looking for. In the West, to me, things are getting harder. People's hearts are getting hardened. They're not as generous with one another. The kindness is disappearing. Materialism is taking over. The tensions of the rat's race of life in the West is controlling people. And I just found amongst Muslims it's the exact opposite. I found these things I told you and more. And the living example of Islam, is an example of modesty. It's an example of kindness, generosity, truthfulness, and most of all, it's the example of submission to our Creator. And that, to me, is life the way it's supposed to be lived.
It's very simple. I'd like to thank you, Dr. Brown, for being with us.
My pleasure.
You can visit Dr. Brown at leveltruth.com.
Leveltruth.com or 8thscroll.com. 8th Scroll is spelled exactly as the book, EIGHTHSCROLL.com.
And I'd like to thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Dean Show. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show with Dr. Brown. You got to learn about Islam coming to the source. Islam simply means submission and surrender to one God alone, submitting to Him on His terms. And a Muslim is one who does the action of Islam. And now, from here, if you've enjoyed what we had to say, continue to come back every week here on The Dean Show. You can contact me if you have any questions. You can also contact Dr. Brown if you're interested in any of his books. And we hope to see you next time here on The Dean Show. Until then, Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you.